Welcome, you guys that joined so far. We're just going to give it a few minutes and let some people trickle in, and then we'll get started. For everybody that's joined recently, we're just going to give it probably until 2:03 and then kick it off, just giving some time to join for everybody else. All right, and we're live. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us today for the Raven Product Overview webinar. My name is Patrick Ryan. I'm the Director of Growth at Raven, and today we've got Carla, the Director of Client Success, and Shane Stanfield, our CEO. They're going to be joining me and going over the Raven product features and answering any questions you guys may have. And on the topic of questions, you'll notice at the bottom of the Zoom, you've got a Q&A function. You're more than welcome to use, and we encourage it. And you're also welcome to engage with us in the chat as well. Throughout the webinar, we're also going to be doing some polling to get some input on a few questions. And with that being said, I'm going to throw up a quick poll now to make sure everybody sees it for the first time and it's working properly. So the poll is up now. I'm just going to give it a few seconds for responses. I'm seeing stuff come in, so that's excellent. All right, ending the polling now. So it does look like most of you, all of you actually came through Blue, which is great. We are going to be using Blue when we've got exciting updates, new product features to share with you. And we also have some very exciting webinars planned for the future that aren't just about Raven, but focused on bringing you some new information and ideas on how to improve your business. And with that, Carla, take it away.
Yes, thank you, Patrick. Hello, everyone. So by now you probably know that Raven is a technology platform and we're partnered with Pacific Sotheby's. But you're probably wondering, what exactly is Raven doing? So at our core, Raven is helping agents connect buyers and sellers. So as an agent, we want to help you uncover opportunities for your buyers and sellers in a more efficient and easier way. Where exactly are we coming from? So you've also are probably aware that there are some online companies that are really trying to disrupt the industry and at the end of the day, trying to eliminate the need for a real estate agent. Doing so by really focusing on consumers being able to buy and sell property directly without an agent. So obviously, we feel as though that's not a sustainable way to go. And we want to maintain the integrity of a real estate agent throughout every transaction. So if I could see a show of hands, hopefully everyone on this call would agree with us that real estate agents need to maintain their position in every transaction. So our mission, we're really trying to create a platform that gives power back to the real estate agent. We want to allow agents to leverage their own data to connect their buyers and sellers. At the end of the day, we really believe that buying and selling real estate should always require a trusted professional. And real estate is all about relationships. So Raven, as a platform and as a solution to this problem, matches buyers and sellers of on and off market properties through a network of agents. So we have our intelligent matching algorithm, and that's what's helping match your buyers and sellers with other agents based upon their buyers and sellers. We also have a mobile first CRM component to help you as an agent keep track of your clients and to keep track of your follow-up. And Raven has been built by agents for agents. So it's good to keep in mind that this conception was from a collective group of agents. So we really know what your struggles are from the day to day and where there was really a need in the market to create something that's going to help agents connect their buyers and sellers and collaborate with other agents. So at a very high overview, what do we do? So as an agent who's using Raven, you add in your buyer and your seller leads. Now this is twofold. The first is so you can use Raven as a lead management system so you can keep track of your buyers and your sellers. You can call, you can text, you can email, you can track your follow-up. Secondary is so that way we can scan your buyer and your seller criteria through our matching algorithm. And that's how we're going to connect you as an agent with other agents who have buyers that are a fit for the properties that your sellers are selling. And we have matching you with sellers that have properties that are a fit for what your buyers are looking for. Now, throughout this matching process, think of this as like a dating website. Throughout the process, you as an agent have the opportunity to approve or disapprove. So as the listing agent of a property that's matched with a buyer's agent, you have the choice, especially if it's an off market, to be able to share or not share that with the buyer's agent. And as a buyer's agent, you have the choice to share or not share a matched property with your buyer. So as I mentioned, we really want to make sure agents are in control of their data, and we have that really throughout the entire matching process. Now, what we're doing is really helping agents collaborate and connect with other agents based upon their buyers and sellers. But after that connection is made, each transaction would go exactly the same way. So we're oversimplifying this a little bit, but the idea is that once that connection is made, the property would be sold, and we've really helped speed up and make the whole process more efficient to find those matches, to find the buyers and sellers that are a fit for your buyers and sellers. So we're really a three-pronged approach. So our framework consists of its core, as I mentioned, our buying and selling matching. So that's once again the piece that's going to help you identify easily and in a more automated way opportunities for your clients. The second tier is your buyer seller CRM. So how are you managing, how are you following up with your clients? The outer ring is lead management. So this ties into having a digital presence and being able to generate additional leads into your funnel. The overarching framework for Raven is really about helping agents establish more connections, more matches to help you get more deals closed. So we did launch just a few months ago, and this data was most recently aggregated last month, but we have well over 500 active agents on the platform and growing. We have about 35 agents joining each week, and you can see there's over 115 off-market listings. So those off markets can be matched with your buyers in the system. And we're generating over 120 matches per month. So those are 120 possible opportunities to help your buyer find the next home of their dreams, or 120 possible opportunities for your seller to have buyers come look at their property and hopefully buy it from them. So we are a growing platform, but growing very steadily. And we are partnered with Pacific, but any licensed agent can join in the Southern California area. And speaking of joining, so it's very easy to download the app and register. So if any of you folks want to be a little bit multitasking, you can actually navigate to your app store on your phone. So if you have an Android, it's going to be your Google Play Store, or if you have an iPhone, the App Store. Do a search for Raven Real Estate. Or likewise, you can go to our website, www.raven.re. Think RE like real estate, and you can download our mobile app directly from there. Once you do download and install the application, you can register as a new member. Now, we do have a quick registration process, of course, with your contact information, and then your license number and your MLS ID. Now, we have these two pieces to make sure that we can verify that you are a licensed agent and you are able to transact legally. We have this verification in place to make sure that as an agent, you know that you're only going to be working with trusted and licensed real estate agents. And in addition to verifying your license and MLS ID, to further uphold, the quality of the platform, we want to make sure that you can put a face to your name. So you can upload your custom profile photo just like any other social media platform. And this really not only allows you to customize your account, but it also allows other agents that you're working with to see who you are and build trust. So if you've already downloaded the Raven app and you haven't had a chance to do this yet, it's a very simple process. You can navigate to the menu in the right-hand corner. You have a choice of either taking a brand new photo or choosing something from your device library. You can crop it, click save, and then you'll know that it's there when you'll see it in your menu. This image will also show up when you get matched with other agents. So once again, you can see who you're working with.
Carla, before you go on, I wanted to show another poll asking the question, how do you currently manage your leads? We've got a few options to choose from, and I understand that there's a lot of different ways you can go about managing leads. So just answer to the best of your ability, and I'm launching it right now. And I'll give it just a moment for you guys to respond. We're always very curious about the current state and how people are managing their leads. All right, we've got 40% through. Last push, guys. Okay. So again, the question was, how do you manage and keep track of your leads? I'm going to share the results. So it actually seems like a pretty healthy mix, Excel and CRM being the leaders there. And it's good to see people using technology in your day-to-day. And one of the things we've seen top teams be able to do is make sure that the CRM or whatever system you have in place isn't just creating noise or creating homework, but rather making you more efficient. So whenever you approach that, the solution to that, always keep that in mind. All right, and back at you, Carla.
Okay, perfect segue. Thank you, Patrick. The last few slides, I was really talking about how and what is Raven, how to get your account set up. And now I'd love to shift gears into adding and managing your buyer and seller leads. So I've mentioned that Raven can be twofold. So when you add in your buyer and your seller leads and clients, this is how we're going to match you with other agents who have buyers for your sellers and sellers for your buyers. But this is also how you can manage and follow up with your buyers and your sellers. We wanted to make this as easy as possible. We know agents are on the go, hence why we're a mobile first platform. So to add in a seller or a property lead or a buyer lead, it's really as simple as 2 to 3 taps, as simple as adding someone into your contacts in your phone. If we're on the property side of things, if this is an active listing, we're going to sync into the MLS. So we'll automatically pull in the MLS status and auto-populate the property fields from the MLS. If this is an off-market or pre-market listing, we're going to enrich with tax data when available. So if the year built, property size, beds and baths is all available, we once again want to make this as easy as possible for you. On the buyer side of things, we're looking for your buyer's name, contact information. That's going to help you manage who your buyers are. But then what is your buyer looking for? So their buyer criteria. And we really have this in a very simple, easy to use interface from our mobile application. Now, any properties that are on the MLS, we will automatically bring in those MLS photos. For any properties that are going to be off or pre-market, you can upload property photos directly from mobile to make sure that those are getting pulled in as well. So as soon as you add in a property that's off market, you're going to see a plus with like a square around it in the left-hand corner. You have the option of choosing from your phone library, or potentially you're at the property and you want to take some live photos, you can do that as well. You choose your photos, click done, and they will automatically appear in your property listing the same way that the MLS active listings are going to pull in property. So we always want to make sure that you can customize and showcase your on and off market listings to the best of your ability. Now, in terms of that first use case of adding your buyers and your sellers is contact management. We are looking at being able to manage your property leads, which we will be actually in our next mobile update, be referring to your property leads as your sellers. So we've listened to our users and we're going to make that a bit more intuitive for you. And then your buyers, of course, will remain your buyers. So when you add in your sellers and your buyers, you can call, you can text, you can email them directly from the mobile application. And then we're going to help you log that activity automatically, because being able to follow up and reach out to your clients and your leads is important, but also being able to keep track of recent activity is maybe not, it could be even more important for you. So you know, the opportunity of being able to add your activity and then set your follow-up all in the same step and leave your notes. So that way, when you are going through and looking at your contacts and your leads, you can easily see who is an upcoming requirement. So who do you need to follow up with first? We're going to help you prioritize based upon that timeline of the follow-up that you set. Now, if you have an activity that's outside of the app, so let's say you met with your client in person, you can add an activity as well, and it's going to get pulled into that activity screen and feed, so that way anything you've done through the mobile app, call, text, email, or met in person, everything will show up. So when you click into your lead, you can easily see your history, and you can also easily update and log new activity and log your additional follow-ups. That way you can stay up to date and stay on track with what you're supposed to be doing and when. And this is all about relationships. So building and establishing and maintaining your relationships with your clients in this sense. And then on the matching side of things, it's all about building and establishing and collaborating with other agents and building relationships. So the second use case, of course, of adding in your buyers and your sellers is all about that matching piece. So when you do have a property or seller that you're adding in, if it's on or off market, you do have to make sure that you're going to click on that activate listing button. Now we do have an update that's going to be coming out soon, in which all active listings are going to automatically be labeled as a listing. right now, and if you're just signing up or if you've already been in Raven, you'll see that every property lead that you add in does require to be activated. And once you activate that as a listing or enable matching, that means that this property will get put into the algorithm. So we're going to scan this property against all of the buyers in the system, and that's how we're generating those matches. And it is very important for us to be MLS compliant. So when we are talking about your off or your pre-market listings, we do recommend that you have the proper documentation in place to be able to start marketing that property on behalf of your clients. And when we're talking about matching, it's very important to be able to, as I mentioned, control that data and the information sharing. So these screenshots are really going to show you what it looks like from the listing agent perspective of getting a match. So you've already added in your property lead, you've enabled matching or activated listing. Once a match has been generated, you're going to get an in-app notification that you have a match with X, Y, and Z buyer's agent on that property. The second screenshot here is going to show you what that matchings list looks like. So we're going to show you each match for each property that was generated. Now with your off markets, it's very important for you to have control. So do you want to share this property information with the matched agent or do you not? And at this stage, if you choose yes, then the buyer's agent is going to be notified in the same way they're going to get an in-app notification and they'll be able to see that there's a match on their buyer. And at this stage, the listing agent will be able to see the contact information of the buyer's agent. And to revert back to that customized agent photo, you'll also be able to see their photo, put a name to the face, and have their contact information. So at any stage, we want to make sure that agents are empowered to be able to connect and collaborate with the agents that they've been matched with on the platform. And in the same way that we wanted to make this as easy as possible for you to manage your leads, you can also manage your matches in a very easy visual way. We want you to be able to not only be notified, of course, that you have a new match, but we also want you to be able to easily see how many matches need your attention and be able to stay up to date with match status and priorities. So here we're illustrating when you log in to Raven from the mobile app, you can easily see that we have two different lists. Your due date is going to correspond to your lead management. But if we're looking strictly at matching, you can focus on your matching list. And we're going to illustrate how many matches that you have or that you have matches that need attention. We're going to pull out at the very top of the list anything that needs review. And this is going to look the same under both your sellers and your buyers lists for your matching. We want you to be aware of your matches and to be able to address them as soon as possible. And then, of course, being aware of them is one thing, but updating them and reviewing them is equally as important. So as you dive in and you look at each of your property or each of your buyer matches, you can see what's new once again, but then you can also see any matches that are in progress or past matches. So the historical matches is going to help you understand, well, if there's a couple of matches in progress and there's some interested buyers on this property, you might want to reach out to those buyers agents to make sure that you set up a showing. On the buyer lead side of things, if you or your buyers have indicated that they're interested in a property, likewise, you want to make sure that you're getting them to see that property. And even with your past matches, it's always helpful to see if someone may have matched but not been interested because maybe you have another property coming up. And this really helps you reach out to that agent and let them know that if their buyer is still interested, you have another similar property that might be a fit for them. And Raven is very much about collaboration. I've probably said the word collaborate maybe 4 or 5 times already, but I really can't stress it enough. And as an agent, collaboration really is huge. I mean, unless you're double ending all of your deals, you're collaborating with agents in every single transaction. So we just updated this recently in our most recent mobile update to easily be able to invite other agents to the Raven app. So especially agents that you've transacted with in the past, or agents that are working in your current location and price point that you'd love to be working with, you can easily send them over a text or an email, a little personalized message to invite them to the Raven platform. You don't have to be a Pacific Sotheby's agent to be part of Raven. You do have to be a licensed agent, however. And another word that's very similar to collaborate, of course, is connect. So Raven is connecting agents to agents as well as those buyers and sellers. So throughout the process, which is super important for us, agents have control. Agents decide to share information with other agents or buyers. So this cool little animation is just showing that process for you. And at the end of the day, Raven is helping you as an agent uncover opportunities for your buyers and sellers, helping you connect with other agents, helping you keep track of your clients. But for you as an agent representing buyers, you can use Raven as a sales tool. So as a buyer's agent with Raven, your buyers are getting access to those pre-market and on-market listings. So something that's not available through other systems today is really aggregating anything that's off and on market all in one place. On the flip side, as a listings agent, Raven really helps you and your seller show interest in selling their property without going live on the MLS. So you can, start marketing that property off market, whether the seller decides that they don't want to go live ever, or potentially if they just want to pre-market for the first month and to start gathering interest. This is a secure, discreet platform where your sellers, if they do want to go the off-market route, they're not going to have signs in the yard, and you can really do a great job of vetting only statistically matched interested buyers and their agents to come to their properties. And being empowered is very much about having control of your data and what's being shared, but then also being able to make decisions. So within Raven, you can share a matched property lead directly with your buyer. It's a very easy process through the Raven app. You click on that blue share lead button. You have the option of texting, emailing, Facebook messaging, that short web link to your buyer. Your buyer clicks on the link. This second illustration is an example of what that page would look like. They have an opportunity of looking at any pictures, looking at basic property information, and then they can say whether they're interested or not. So that thumbs up, obviously, hey, they're interested in this property. Or that X, you know what, nope, not for me, not interested. And that one click from your buyer or seller directly gets piped into Raven. So you'll know whether your buyer is interested or not as the buyer's agent, but then also as that seller's agent whose property matched with you and your buyer, they're automatically going to see the update that there's been interest indicated. So this really helps have transparency on both sides when someone is interested or not interested in a property. With your off markets that you're adding in, so your property leads, you can also share those through an agent web link in a very similar way. So this gives you another way to market your off markets to agents that may be outside of the platform. Okay, so absolutely everything that I've spoken about until now is completely free for you as a Pacific Sotheby's agent. We want to make sure that you do have a chance to download and register and start getting matches for your buyers and sellers today. So if you haven't had a chance to do that, once again, you can go to the App Store and search for Raven Real Estate, or you can go to raven.re and click and download from there from your phone. I'm now going to hand over the reins to Shane, our CEO, and he's going to talk to you about agent websites.
And
Awesome. Thank you, Carla.
real quick, Shane, before we jump into the next topic, which is agent websites, I wanted to take the temperature of the room and ask who currently has a website. And if you do, are you happy with its performance? So the question I'm going to ask, do you have a website with lead capture? And then the responses are, yes, I'm happy with my current website. Yes, but it could be better. Yes, but I would also like lead generation, or no, I don't currently have a website. So I'm going to launch that now. and give it a little time to collect some responses. All right, almost there. Okay, so we just got the results in. It looks like a majority don't currently have a website. Shane, would you like to talk about that a little?
Sure. Yeah, I think that it's part of the agent's business. Capturing leads on a website is definitely part of a form of lead generation and business growth as well. But taking a step back, definitely appreciate everyone answering the polls there. Why is a website important for you as the agent? And as you know, everyone is starting their search online. Nowadays, over 95% of home searches start online, and they go to some majority of the websites like Zillow or Redfin or Trulia or Realtor. You want your name out there. You need to have a website as well to represent yourself as your brand, as an agent, as well as having a digital presence in today's day and age. We are moving forward even further into the digital age with the millennial and Gen Z generations. And we want to make sure that you as the agent look good online, your website is clean, and that you have a brand image and you have name recognition for yourself as an agent. So a lot of people who are looking at you for potential listing the property, go to your website, research the brokerage. Obviously with the Sotheby's brokerage and the best brand in the world behind you, that's a phenomenal backing with the marketing that is associated with Pacific Sotheby's and the global Sotheby's brand, which I can't say enough about. But also for you and as an individual agent, they want to see your website. They want to see how many homes have you sold and what your representation looks like from a digital perspective. So we do build websites for agents, and as Carla mentioned, the pricing platform up until now is all free for you to download, install, and to add your leads and to match with buyers and sellers, find off-market opportunities, and collaborate with other agents to connect your buyers and sellers. And we want to empower you as the agent with your own information to help stand up and fight back up against these disruptors who are looking to disintermediate the real estate agent. In addition to that, we do want to empower with you with a website, and we're actually offering this with no money down and $100 a month-to-month contract. We actually build a website for you that is custom branded to you, so your logo, your name, your photo, all of your contact information is going to be on your website. We actually can choose from a few different layouts and have the proper language on the website itself. Any cities that you work in and regions that you work in, we can certainly highlight that as well. And as we build out further features on the website, the people who join us will benefit in those features as well. As we continually update our systems, we don't just let the website sit there and get stale. We actually do update all of our platforms as new features come out. So it is geared towards lead generation and lead capture, but the websites are mobile responsive and SEO friendly. So you want to make sure that if you do have a website, that there's no broken links. It doesn't take a long time to get to the website. That the load pages aren't taking a long time, and it is secure. Today's day and age with wire fraud and hacking emails and sending spam emails, and I'm sure you've seen, few things come across your bow as an agent that look spammy. We've seen it all the time. And if you don't have a secure website, you're opening yourself up to somebody coming in and hacking into not only your email, but also everything in terms of your database. So we want to make sure that your website's secure. So definitely talk to us if you're interested or just want to get a free audit on what you have today to make sure that you have the proper protection in terms of that. And if you do have a URL, we can use that URL to build the website for you, or we can actually get a new URL and build the website that's all hooked into the Raven application as well. So the buyer capture forms, we have a full IDX listing search functionality. So as they come to your website, they can search for homes for sale, similar to like a Zillow, but everything on here goes directly to you as the agent. So if a buyer is looking and searching for homes, there'll be a few different pop-ups, calls to actions to get them to register. They put in their name, their phone number, their email, and they create an account on your website. You're notified immediately through the Raven application as a push notification as a new buyer lead comes in. So people can visit your website and be converted on the buyer side, and you actually are notified immediately through the Raven application, and that buyer lead is into the Raven, it's integrated into the Raven system as well. So it's a completely integrated platform there. Buyer feedback, we've definitely found that this is a good form of lead generation, as well as just helping agents decide and help their clients decide what they're interested and not interested in. You know, a lot of other websites have the favorite button or the hide button. We just really want to know if they're interested in this property or not. And if they are interested in this property and they haven't registered, we capture their information. And if they do see this property and they're not interested, we still try and capture their information. So either way, you can find out what they are interested in and guide them to the right property, whether that's an off-market opportunity within the Raven network or also an on-market opportunity through the MLS. Seller lead capture as well. So we have an automated home valuation funnel for all of your homeowners, a farming tool. This is really good in certain neighborhoods. If you have homeowners who are curious about their home value, you could put the certain calls to action on mailers. You can actually promote this on social media and Facebook to generate potential seller leads within your farm or within your area that you like to work, and find out how much their home is worth through a collaboration between you and the homeowner. So our job is to capture their information, display a range for the price, and then get you in the door as an agent for a face-to-face meeting. You know, we don't want to say that an algorithm is going to predict the value of the home. And as an agent, you know that there's no algorithm that's ever going to be accurate in the same way that an agent can actually judge, as the local market expertise far surpasses any machine learning algorithm out there. So we want to make sure that we get you in the door and that we provide a broad enough range where you can come in and be the professional, advise them, and then find out how much. If they are looking to sell for, why not put it up on the Raven network, see if we have any potential matches, and if they are really serious about selling, get them into the Raven network and get them listed into the MLS and get the property sold. So it's a good tool to test out the market. It's a good tool to capture the homeowner's information, find out if they are interested, how much they're interested for in terms of, you know, dollars, and you can actually put that into the Raven system and generate seller leads. And a lot of top producing agents are using this tool as a farming tool to generate, you know, a whole entire neighborhood of potential listings. So lead and agent management as well is part of the Gold platform. So this is the web screenshot. You can actually see that there's different agents who are assigned to different leads. So you can manage your team here. There's unlimited team members associated with the Gold platform. You can also set up lead routing rules and track your performance of your agents or yourself if you work by yourself or with a partner, or if you have a team, or if you planned on building a team. All this functionality is built in onto the Raven CRM as part of the Gold platform. So you can actually see from a higher level how well you're doing and how well your team is doing. Lead routing and performance tracking as well. So if new leads come into the system, whether that be through Zillow or Trulia or online lead generation that we do for you, we can route those leads based on price point, based on region, and based on zip code or buyer seller type. So there's a lot of different functionality within the lead routing and performance tracking for new leads that come into the system as well, which is great. And that goes to our platinum pricing, which includes the lead generation. In addition to everything we talked about on the Gold side of things, we can actually generate leads for you and help you convert on a month-to-month basis as part of the platinum platform. So we develop a marketing strategy for you. We look at the zip codes that you're working in, the neighborhoods, the cities, and then we formulate a marketing strategy around how many leads that you want on a monthly basis and the quality of those leads and tracking those in the system on a month-to-month basis, and then optimizing and hopping on a call with you to make sure that you're satisfied with the leads that are coming through, and also that we're converting those in proper fashion for online leads.
Before you go any further, Shane, now that we're talking about lead generation, I've got one last question to ask everybody, and that is, how much do you spend on lead generation activities per month? And the options are nothing, 1 to 200, 200 to 500, 500 to 800, 800 plus. This is, you know, you don't have to have a website. This can also include things like, you know, if you're doing paid promoted posts on social media, or doing print and things like that. So it looks like so far we've got a healthy mix, which is good to see. I'm going to let it run. But, you know, the important thing here is that, again, regardless of whether you have a website or you're primarily active on Facebook or you know, Instagram, and those are your way of communicating and getting your leads out there. You know, reinvesting in that business is crucial for growth. Whether that is, you know, more traditional means, you know, print, or even, you know, putting your face on a bench, or using digital marketing. You know, if you're trying to grow, other than doing things like SEO, if you're trying to, you know, pour the jet fuel on your business, you're going to have to invest. And one of the things that sets Raven apart from companies, if you've worked in the past, and we were very adamant about structuring it this way, is a lot of people have been burned in the past, especially with digital marketing, because there are a lot of agencies out there. And quite frankly, a lot of those agencies aren't great. You know, whether that's not getting the visibility you need, and then, you know, it's like you're paying a monthly budget, and then the money just seems to disappear. You're not really seeing the results. You know, the way we structured this is maximum visibility. There's no question that's off limits. You're going to get, you know, analytics and performance history. If something's not working, you know, we're going to say it's not working, and this is how we're going to pivot. So in terms of lead generation, it's very good to see that there's a healthy mix.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. And with anything in terms of the lead generation, a healthy mix and a blended ad spend, whether that be on marketing and social media and print, you as the agent know what it takes to generate more business, but we definitely want to look at the unit metrics and the amount of return that you get from the spend that you do. So in terms of your print, it's hard to measure a lot of print things nowadays, but we can certainly measure everything online. If you do decide to do lead generation, we can get it down to every single metric and actually track how well you're doing. And then we have a dedicated client success manager like Carla to hop on a call with you to review all those in-app notifications and how well the responses are, and the response attempts and proper scripts that we've seen from top producing agents to qualify and convert those online leads. So, so far we've had a lot of success with Raven. Like Carla mentioned, we've generating over 120 matches every single month. The more agents that get into the system, and the more matches are being made. We see properties being put up within the Raven network, and matches start happening immediately. The moment the listing agent signs the contract, they can put it into the system, pre-market the property for sale, and start showing the property immediately. Even talking about Raven at an open house, having access to these pre-markets and off-markets. Buyers do want to work with agents who have access that they don't have access to, information that they cannot find on Zillow or Realtor.com or these other third-party websites. So you as the agent are empowered with this information and can communicate that value to your clients, both on the buyer side and the seller side. So we've seen a lot of agents just talk about the Raven network and the platform and help them convert and double end deals as well. So Definitely powerful. Some future contact management pieces that we're building out here really soon. So I know a few of you are using a current CRM, so we'd like to chat with you a little bit further about what we have coming in the engineering pipeline in terms of automation and contacting your sphere of influence and past clients. The real value add right now is the connecting of your buyers and sellers. And in addition to that, we're building out the whole contact management piece, which is coming very, very soon. So if you'd like to learn more information, please do go to our website, www.raven.re for real estate. Book a demo with us, download the app, test it out, hop on a call with Carla. She can go through all of this in more detail. I know we went pretty quickly, but wanted to make sure we answer all the questions you may have. You can respond to our posts in blue directly from there, or book a demo with us and download the app and check it out. So I definitely appreciate everyone hopping on the call today, and looking forward to speaking with everyone soon. And go sign up for Raven if you haven't already.
All right. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of the week.
Thank you, everyone.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you.